Welcome to our channel Blender Tips. In this tutorial, you will learn that how we can create the procedural marble tile material in Blender with the help of shader editor. And here you can see that I add the different combination of the node to create this procedural marble tile material. And here I plug in all the required values and color into the group input node. And by pressing tab here you can see this is the custom node group for the procedural marble tile material. And here you can change the different colors of this procedural marble tile material along with the all other parameter. And here you can see that by changing the color you can see the color of the procedural marble tile material is changed. And you can also change the color 2 and color 3. And this is the tile scale. You can increase or decrease the tiles of this procedural marble tile material. And here this is the bump strength, and by decreasing this value you can decrease the bump of the procedural marble tile material. And if you decrease this bump strength to 0, then you can see that there is no tiles in this material. And here is the roughness. By changing this you can control the roughness of the material. And this is the musgrave scale, musgrave detail, noise scale, and noise detail. And here is another parameter which is the horizontal strips. And if you decrease this value then you can see that the only horizontal strip of the procedural tiles are visible. Beautiful. And if you want to purchase this procedural marble tile material along with all of my other procedural material, then you can visit my Gumroad stores and Patreon page. Links are in descriptions. So let's start. First I open the Blender and set up the scene. And here you can see that I am in camera view and also in rendered view. And here you can see that this is the UV sphere and icosphere, and this is the plane. And enter into the edit mode, and here you can see that these objects are subdivided object. And this is the shader editor. And here I rename this material procedural marble tile material. So we are going to create the procedural marble tile material. And here in material section you can see that in surface type I choose displacement and bump. So now I want to add the tiles first, and then I want to add some materials or color to these tiles. So for that first I add the tiles this materials. So here by pressing shift A, here I search the wave texture and place the wave texture something like here. And by pressing Ctrl T, this will be at the texture coordinate and mapping. And here I use the object coordinate, and this is due to the node wrangler add-on. And if you do not enable the node wrangler add-on, then you go to the edit and here in preferences, and here in add-on you just type here node, and here you check mark the node wrangler add-on. And by pressing Control Shift and select the wave texture, you can preview the wave texture. Because I am going to make the tiles for the procedural marble material, so here I duplicate this wave texture by pressing Control Shift D and duplicate and place this texture something like here. And also move this something here and plug in the mapping vector into the wave textures. Beautiful. Now this is the X direction and this is also the X direction. So here I change this type into the Y direction, and this is the X direction. By pressing Control Shift you can view this. Now I want to add these two wave textures, so select this and by pressing Shift select this and press Control 0. This will be at the mix color, and here you can see the mixing of these wave texture. And here I increase the vector up to 1, and here I choose the type of the mix to the darkens. And here you can see that the grid of the procedural marble tile material is formed. Beautiful. Now I want to make these lines too much sharp. So for that here I add another node which is the map range node, and by pressing Control Shift, here I search for map range and place the map range here. Beautiful. And now I want to change some value of the map range to make these tile more and more sharp. So from here, from max, I decrease this value to make these tile sharp, and here I find the value 0.003. Beautiful. And here you can see that the lines are too much sharp, and here to max, here I increase this value up to something like 10. Beautiful. And I want to plug in this map range into the normal, and here is the normal, and here you can see that this is the shading issue because this is the black and white data and this is the normal data. To convert the black and white data to the normal data, here I add the bump node and place the bump node something like here, and also the normal into the height, and here you can see that the procedural tiles are formed. Beautiful. And now I want to add the marble tiles color. So for that, here I add the musgrave texture and place the musgrave texture something like here, and also place it something like here. Beautiful. And also the texture coordinate and mapping move up, and here I plug in the vector of the mapping into the vector of the musgrave, and by selecting this, Control Shift to preview the musgrave texture, and here I adjust the value or a parameter of the musgrave textures, and here I decrease the scale up to something like 2, and here I increase the detail up to the 14, and here I also decrease the dimension something like I find the value 0.010. Now this is looking better, and here I want to add the color to this musgrave texture. So for that, by pressing Shift A, here I search for the color ramp and place the color ramp something like here, and here I assign the color the musgrave texture and selecting this, and here I make this color some light blue color something like this, make it some more dark, and here it's look better, and also select this pointer, and here I add some dark color, dark blue color something like this. Beautiful. Nice. And here I also want to add the noise texture to create some more details. By pressing Shift A, here I add noise texture, and I use the same mapping and to the vector of the noise texture, and here I add the mix RGB by pressing Shift A. Here I add the mix, and here I choose the type color and place the mix RGB something like here, and here I use this noise factor into the factor of the mix RGB. Beautiful. And here I choose the color something like the dark blue color. Beautiful. Now it's looking some better. Beautiful. And here I place the mix RGB into the base color, and by pressing Ctrl Shift you can preview the material. Beautiful. And here I choose the type of this mix RGB to lighten. Beautiful. Now our material is looking better, and now I want to add some roughness. Some part of this material is too much rough than others, so for that, here I use this noise textures, and here I also increase the detail up to the 14, and I choose the factor of the noise texture into the roughness. Beautiful. And to control the roughness, here I add the color ramp by pressing Shift A. Here I add color ramp and place the color ramp something like here, and also make this some more bright to reduce the roughness, here it's look better. And also select this pointer and also make it some dark, and here you can see the roughness. And I want to control this roughness with the single value. So for that, by pressing Shift A, here I search hue saturation value and place this here. And now we can increase or decrease the roughness by changing this value. And here you can see the roughness is changed. Beautiful. And here is the final procedural marble tile setup. And by pressing F12, you can see the rendered view of this procedural marble tile material. Here is the final render of the procedural marble tile material. Thanks for watching.